Hello, everyone. So I am going to continue working on this. I guess right for now it is a painting. In the last video I was having a little bit of trouble with deciding what to do with this one stripe. Honestly, I guess I've been thinking that maybe I can turn it brown, or I'll just black it out, but think maybe turning it brown could be a better idea, since I can always add the black stripes. So in color theory, I believe I'm not really sure like what triangle it is called, but there is this triangle where two adjacent or near adjacent hues combined with um you know the opposite hue to those two adjacent hues kind of creates brown, a sort of brown, in which is kind of what we are seeing. Yep. Yeah. Oh yes. Yes, definitely a lot more, a lot closer to the brown than whatever strange hue it ended up becoming. Yeah. Okay, so I will finish the process of turning this brown. Um, well, accidentally made some kind of cool, I guess, green effect on the blue, but other than that, this is pretty okay. I think adding actual brown may help with this now. Let's experiment with this color. So this is called Orange Rest, which is brown enough for me, but not apparently not for this brownish hue that I'm trying to create. So here's an actual, well, it says autumn red, which may actually be brown enough. Yeah, I think color wise, this is just going to be like some kind of trap that I would end up working on forever. So the best thing to probably do at this point is to just black this other part out with you know black ink, and hopefully it does end up helping it look like like it's a brown stripe with the black stripes, since in many versions of the pride flag anyway, there are there is a brown stripe with a corresponding black stripe. So that is what I'm going to attempt to emulate here. It's a little difficult to work with this simply because of the fact that this is ink on top of, I guess, almost freshly wet watercolor. So yeah, let's get the bleed test. So there's actually surprisingly no bleed right now. So that is very good news. I guess what ends up happening is that the ink ends up bleeding a lot more often than the watercolor bleeding out to the other paper on the bottom. Yeah, but I mean, overall, I that's sort of the price that I pay for preferring to, you know, draw or paint on top of, the sketchbook rather than, like what other artists do, which is just rip out the piece of paper and paint that way. I just personally prefer the touch and feel of having like a kind of like a notebook feel under a drawing or even a painting. And of course, whenever you have the bleed going on, you do sometimes there's interesting shapes that happen. And yeah, so it looks like my ink level here is almost done. It probably is not, yeah, it's not visible on this camera. But yeah, the ink level is down to this point. And so this is probably the last time that I will use this particular pen. I basically got like a cheap set of black ink fountain pens. And so this is perfectly okay for me. Yeah. It's not okay. It's I guess making it so wet that parts of the paper start to peel off. That's never okay. I mean, I can work around it since I have I guess I have so much experience with doing this to paper. But yeah, this is exactly why most people would not recommend using drawing paper for any kind of watercolor, just because of how durable, or actually how not durable, the paper tends to be when it's wet. But yeah, I guess this is what I wanted to do, and this is the price that I have to pay for getting what I want done to actually be done. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of a cool portion of the painting slash drawing. I guess right now it's become a drawing because I have this black ink drawn in. Yeah, I mean, coincidentally enough, it looks, yeah, it looks blackish brown, and kind of actually brown. And yeah, so I think that I have, now I have that part done. So let me find some charcoal, or yeah, I guess charcoal is what I'm gonna use for this next portion of the drawing or painting. So let me get that and continue. All right, so I have some tinted charcoals that I forgot that I purchased around a year ago. And so maybe an interesting way to make all this come together is to, add in a little bit of this charcoal. Just, yeah, I have not really used these charcoals before, so I'm a little nervous about the results. But let's see what happens anyway. Yeah. I'm definitely just going to lightly use these charcoals. These are actually sort of expensive charcoals. I just like found them off of a Black Friday sale. That's how I got a hold of these. All right, so yeah, I think yeah, okay. Let's see. Maybe I want to actually have that be the case over here. My favorite part about charcoal, though, is being able to do this and then just having like, oh, I guess it's not so apparent here. Yep, just like mixing these things, mixing the charcoal together. Yeah. And then I think I'm on the try rule of thirds rules, as if I actually follow these rules to begin with. But yeah, I'll try the rule of thirds kind of rules and have the charcoal sort of go at the 2/3 mark, and I'll probably just try to do that with the rest of them if there are actually charcoals that fit. Yeah, there's definitely not charcoals. There definitely aren't charcoals that fit like the entire spectrum. But you know, red is red, whether it's pink or punchy red, which is what this hue was. And so I will just have this sort of reddish sunset pink hue on the red as well. All right. So yeah, the easiest, I guess the charcoal that looks to be the closest to the orange is, well, burnt orange. So very obvious. I will just do a little bit of these marks. You know, obviously they're probably not translating that well on the screen. And this is not the screen's fault. It's not my phone's fault that it's not translating that well. You know, these charcoal pencils are just really faint. That's sort of what I wanted to have going with them, because we'll see very soon. The faintness is the entire point of this. So this one is sand, which is way closer to yellow than any other hue in the set, even closer than the burnt orange. Yep. So I'm going to have a little bit of the sand over here. This is what I am aspiring for. It's okay. So this isn't really what I had planned out. Well, honestly, I didn't really have a big plan for this to begin with. I just had a general vision, but you know, implementation wise, you know, this is a little off from what I originally wanted to make, but you know. I'm not dissatisfied with how this is looking so far. So here's a kind of blue bilberry, bilberry berry. I've never heard of that before. And obviously, Bilberry is probably the closest I will get to purple, to the violet as well. And so I will just have that be the case with the violets. Yeah, it looks a little strange right now, but hopefully the vision will come true. Um, and of course, yeah, this is blue, and so Berry would be the best way to showcase this. Have this kind of vignette. What I'm hoping is that the vignette ends up actually looking decent. Yeah. This is probably one of the first pieces in a while that I will actually be implementing the real thirds. There's that. Finally, I see burnt earth, and so I choose to use burnt earth for this kind of brownish hue that we created. Well, that I created, I guess. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I will now get some real charcoals, not just charcoal pencils. I basically used like $1 worth of pencils because this set was very expensive. Yeah, I will have to wait probably another Black Friday or another deal just to get this set. Right, so I will pause as I have to give my dog her medicine, and I also have to find the charcoal set. Yeah, so I am back with, well, charcoal pencils. I spoke too soon earlier. And this is an unopened fresh new pack of pencils. Yeah, because it's fresh, it's not sharpened. So I will have to come back again and find actual charcoal that I can use. All right, so now I'm really back. Yes, with my favorite type of charcoal to work with, stick charcoal. Well, charcoal stick. Yep. And I also fed my dog just now. Yeah, so she has to have ice cream with her medicine, and I left her with an ice cream milk mustache, but she licked it off right away. All right, so this is why I like stick charcoal so much. Not only because I am so used to using it, but also because it's so versatile when it comes to the way that you can apply it. You can apply it like that, or you can just turn it around and apply it this direction. Yeah. And originally, I did want like a full vignette, but I guess maybe I'm trying out a different strategy just because of how many uncertainties have already come up with this one. drawing the one art project alone. So I kind of just want to get this part over with, at least the part where I try to cover some of the ground. Um, Cover just some of what needs to be covered. Yep. And of course, charcoal is a better black than you know it has a better coverage than ink, obviously. So yeah, this is kind of what I envisioned in my head. Not quite. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of why I don't often plan out paintings to be, or drawing, or just any art pieces to begin with, because I will always want to change the way that it looks, and I will always find a way to reapply media. All right. Yep. And then my favorite part already began. I mean, most artists, they kind of, they expect mess, but they don't exactly like to have mess. Which is why for me, I ended up creating this, kind of having this room in my house where I can just make a mess, nonstop, Of course, it kind of makes it difficult for me to try to access my art pieces, to kind of work on it throughout the day, like when I have a break from work, since I don't really want to just, get charcoal all over my work laptop. But, for the most part, at least when it comes to like the way to my workflow, my creative workflow, once I'm down, I almost obsessively, just create, which is definitely what I want to do a lot more of. Yeah, at least in my spare time. This is almost I don't want to call it a mindless process, because as we saw in the last video, I definitely try to put in some thought into this drawing, but it's just easy in a way, in a sense. It's just really easy, and puts my mind at ease. Like, obviously, if this was a commission, I would have a lot more stress associated with it, and that is not the way that I want to live my life, not the way that I want to pursue art. And so so I'm content with this status that I have. Like, if somebody wants to purchase my artwork, they have to purchase something that I've already created. Because otherwise it's, I mean, I feel like I'd have to totally change myself, totally change the way that I work, that I create art. Yeah. And I mean, at first it might be kind of a slow way to grow like an art audience, right? To just try to be me and not like hop on different trends. But honestly, I would rather just s- keep struggling for recognition, acceptance, and all of that. At least you know if the end result is that I get to keep enjoying my artwork, creating, rather than just not wanting to create anymore because I feel so overwhelmed, so tired. I'd rather never feel overwhelmed about my artwork, right? And this is what I love about charcoal. It just spreads out. Yeah, it just spreads out like this. Um, uh, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to clean this cutting board. I like having the cutting board just to kind of center myself, um, center the piece while I'm working. But I definitely have to wash it off at some point. Right. So yeah, this is exactly where I wanted to be for the end of this video. Yeah, so I definitely think I am going to probably for the next video. I am going to continue on with the other art piece that I had already created. Yeah, this uh, which would be this. All right, let's just wipe that off before I. Oh, no. um, not doing that again. Um, but yeah, this is the. I guess this is the piece that I will work on next. Yeah, this. Yeah, this one that I had before. I will continue with some inking. Hopefully, I will have both of these pieces finished by June, and as well as uploading these videos by the end of June as well. Uh, but anyway, thank you very much for bearing with me on my messy, really really messy creative process of creating this that other piece. Yeah, so thank you so much and have a wonderful day.